So that would be awesome if someone watches this whole episode, and if you could count how many times Scott shrugs his shoulders.
He does a little head turn too.
Does this thing, and if you can comment below, that'd be awesome. Thank you. Hello, and welcome to another episode of Jaxon Talks, everybody. With me, your host, Jaxon Stone, and today's like a weird special episode, kind of. I don't really know how to introduce all of my guests, which are like already right here. They're kind of like my best friends, but also I hate all of them. So I don't know. We know each other from college. We all went to the Harvard of the Midwest, also known as South Dakota State, where we played baseball. I was obviously the best one of the group. Shout out. But we'll go around. We'll introduce each other. Everyone's name is Jim, so it'll be weird. But here we go. Let's do it. Jaxon Talks, everybody. Dude, Jim, what's up? Introduce yourself.
I'm Jim. So I'm Sam from Oklahoma, and just happy to be here.
Just happy to be here. Gotta love it, man.
Yeah.
It's good. Who are you?
I'm Jim. Yeah, Cody, South Dakota.
You're not from South Dakota.
No, I'm from Vermont. Live in South Dakota.
Look at the camera.
Full from Vermont.
I'm from Vermont.
How do you forget where you're from?
I know where I'm from.
I slipped my mind, I'm sorry.
I'm from everywhere.
It's not a thing.
It is.
Alright, T-shirt, chill out.
T-Chong! Jim, introduce yourself.
I'm Jim. I'm Tyler from Colorado.
You live in Denver right now?
I do.
You like it there?
Not so much, but
Are you gonna move?
I am to Dallas with Jaxon Stone.
You heard it here first on Jaxon Talks, everybody.
It's a breaking news.
Jim, what's up, dude?
Hey, Jim, Scott from Minnesota, living in Sioux Falls.
Also, that's South Dakota. People don't know what Sioux Falls is. You like it there?
Love it.
You love Sioux Falls, South
It's
Dakota.
great.
Have you ever been to the WWE events where they come to Sioux Falls?
I have not.
But
Selfish.
that's, yeah. Scott, have you ever watched wrestling, Scott?
Yes,
When's the last time you watched wrestling?
it's been a little bit.
Tell me about it. And also look at the camera, but look at me. Look at me and look at the camera.
Hear my face, listen to my
Look at me and look at the camera. Hear my voice, but look at the camera. Look at the camera. What are you doing?
He's nervous. Stage fright, stage fright.
I get it. You're a bit nervous.
Stage fright. Yeah. Learn from the best.
Can you? Yeah. Yeah. We may get into my stage fright. But tell them the last time you watched wrestling. We were gonna be watching this, but why are they laughing so much? Nothing happened. That's funny. Cut. All right, we'll come back to you, dude. Regain your composure, my man. Jim.
My name's Nick. I don't know. He's been hitting the head a lot last week, and I'm from Seattle.
The last time I saw Nick, it was at Defy Wrestling Show in Seattle, and Nick was blown away by how cool Defy was, and also how awesome Jaxon Stone is live.
I kind of figured you would just be really bad.
but I wasn't really bad.
Nah.
I was okay.
Life of the party. Jaxon Stone, everybody.
That's the catchphrase.
Final Jim.
I'm James from Chicago, and I go by Al.
Nice.
Just trying to be different.
I saw Al last weekend. I don't really know when this episode is going to come out. I don't have that much planned out. So, really, last week might be 4 weeks from now. But today is August 3rd. So, last weekend I was in the Midwest for some wrestling, and I saw Al. Went to his apartment, met his girlfriend. She's lovely. Follow her on Instagram.
Shout out Mary Kate.
Shout out Mary Kate. Anyways.
It's a serious relationship now.
So serious. She got the
shout out.
She got the Instagram handle shout out.
Yeah.
Her name's on Jaxon Talks, everybody.
Oh man.
Fans are going to start DMing her. It's going to be super weird for her.
They're going to be DMing out.
All of a sudden, she's going to become a wrestling manager.
Paul Heyman of.
Then everything's just going to go downhill from there. I'm sorry, man.
Yeah. So this
I really did like her.
Yeah. did like her, so not anymore.
I really
You
did.
never know
like
when
it.
this episode's coming out. So
Yeah.
You never know. You just never know. Okay, so guys, here's how this works. This show works. It's basically Jackson and me talk about my guests, you guys. Really getting to know you. That's what the point is. I know you guys watch The Shop on HBO, LeBron James' show. That's what this is. Okay, so I'm LeBron James. You're basically really cool professional stuff doers. Professional stuff doers.
I like that.
That's a cool thing.
Yeah. I like being a professional stuff too.
Professional stuff doers. That's what we are. But we're just going to kind of go around and just talk about your favorite Jaxon Stone attributes. You know, just talk about how me. But we're talking about you, but talking about me. Feel me? Scott, go ahead. Because last time you tried to look at me and look at the camera, you couldn't really do it.
Just
This is going to be the whole episode, man.
don't give him a beer.
Favorite Jaxon Stone attributes?
You need a beer?
It's got to be the Stones. Let me tell you.
Tell us.
He's having a breaking.
camera goes, I can't do
He cannot do this. This is incredible.
can't do this.
Scott, literally last night you were just ripping up the dance floor, and now the camera's on. You literally
Yep.
can't say words.
Can't do it.
You can't, and words are not coming out of your
Sentences
mouth.
are tough. Let me tell you.
Sentences are tough. So we're gonna take Scott out of the professional doers of stuff because he's not doing the stuff. Right now.
Photoshop him out.
Yeah.
Just put him as a plate.
All right, T-Chong, we'll go to you.
Um,
T-Chong
I don't-
also played professional baseball, super stud.
I think my favorite attribute would be your heart.
Oh man, an actual answer here on Jackson Talks, everybody. We don't usually get those. Thank you.
You're very welcome.
Yeah, it was nice. I feel like we should take a moment here.
No, we can continue.
No, that's kinda
No,
nice.
we're good.
I feel
Go
good.
ahead, Sam.
Should we go back to Scott? See if he's got
And we're back to Scott.
You got another one, buddy?
Besides the stones that you said earlier.
LOL.
This
This is the worst.
is amazing.
just
Cody even said much, dude. Go ahead. Talk to the people. Look at me, but look at the camera.
Look at me.
You talk to me, but you look at the camera.
So look at you and talk to the camera.
Yeah,
Talk to the camera this way.
but look at me.
Favorite Jaxon Stone attribute is
There you go. That's why the people want a swiveling of this.
Am I doing this right?
Yeah.
Probably just the follow through, action, fucking do it, say it, do it,
There it is. Another real answer. Say it, do it.
say it, do it.
Lights, camera, action, Jackson. People get that messed up. I hate when they say that. It's weird. Don't ever say that.
There's a
Say what?
Action Jackson.
There is a lot of wrestlers named Action Jackson.
Your mom got mad at me because I said it one time.
Did she?
Yeah.
Lori screamed at you.
Well, she was like, "Don't say that because that's the other guy over there."
Ah, yeah, I was on the same show. Oh, that one you were at, main event.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was another guy on the show named Action Jackson. Yeah, that's not me.
We don't like him. We like Jaxon Stone.
Sam, show everyone your hat, man.
Oh yeah, the J Stone hat.
J Stone
Don't
merchandise.
take your hat off.
Available,
Oh yeah, it's okay though.
available at the Jackson Stone store for purchase.
Just spit it.
It's fine. I'm losing my hair, so things gotta happen.
I don't think that's what we're worried about.
Nick, we don't have to get into this again. Not on this program.
Yeah, choose your words wisely.
All I'm saying is everybody.
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 Be inclusive. Sam.
Oh my goodness, it's always gotta go this way.
You're up though.
Oh okay. You're not gonna get a real answer from me.
I don't want one.
Okay, good.
But you gotta look at me and look at the
I
camera.
am. I'm turning.
Talk to the lady who's holding the camera right now.
Okay. Jim?
Yes, Jim Jesse.
Yeah.
Jesse Jim.
The thing that I really love about Jaxon Stone is that we hate each other, but we're just determined to make this friendship work. And that's just been holding. That's the glue.
Yeah.
The hate is the glue that is.
What year did this start?
I think I hated you before I met you,
That's fair.
but
That's fair.
it officially started in 2012.
Wow.
And I actually walked in when I transferred. I walked in and met almost everybody in this room that day.
We were hanging out at house, old apartment.
Yeah. And then we all became roommates,
And then we all became roommates at the Trips 16
except these two.
in Brookings, South Dakota.
Yeah, I couldn't imagine living with Tyler. It sucked.
Yeah,
That would have been, yeah. Nobody could have done that.
But yeah, that's my answer.
Yeah. Thanks, Sam.
Yeah,
Jim.
you're welcome.
Scott, you okay?
Yep.
All right, good. Nate, what's up? What do you do back there, dude? Talk to us.
I'm still thinking.
Yeah, it's a tough question, huh?
Yeah.
It's only the question he's asked on every episode, so I should have done some research.
I've never watched his show. I don't follow him on social media.
That's
That's
fair.
a joke. I like that Jaxon Stone makes it look so easy because it's like it makes it look like I think I could do it. It's like,
Nice.
Yeah.
That's cool.
I don't know if that's
That's an attribute.
yeah.
Being super talented.
Yeah. I mean, or making it seem like it's very doable.
For anyone, for just a regular human, just
Yeah.
walk in there and be a pro wrestler.
Yeah, no, but dude, it's more real than I thought it was gonna be, and that was actually kind of impressive. I was like, shoot, that looks.
What do you mean more real than you thought it was?
Well, I mean, like
Shoot,
the
it is
contacts
real.
and shit. Yeah, good point.
It is real.
Yeah, those like.
No, expand on that. That was well said.
I just mean like you.
Like, what did you expect
Like, when
going
you
to your
got
first wrestling
slapped,
show? Yeah,
I was like, holy shit.
Yeah.
I heard that,
it's very uncomfortable.
and I was in the top row.
And I get slapped quite a bit.
Yeah, so you're good at being a bad guy,
Thank you.
but yeah, Scott.
So for any people out there who've never actually gone to a wrestling show and are watching the show, which would be kind of weird, that's cool. Have a large fan base. Anyways, coming from Nick, person who's just kind of friends with Jaxon Stone, decided to go to his first wrestling show and was highly entertained by the action. You just got to kind of go in there and just watch a wrestling show and be free and kind of just enjoy the entertainment, and you'll just love it, just like going to see an Avengers movie or something like that. And he took his girlfriend at the time, now fiance. She also enjoyed it, and yeah. So try it out. Go watch a wrestling show. It's better than you think it'll be. Jim.
Me?
Yeah, Jim.
It's
Jim from
actually
Chicago.
James, but
James, Jim, Al.
I would say his best attribute is his loyalty.
Ooh,
That's a serious one.
super serious.
He does a good job of making sure we all stay in contact because we all live in different states. So
We all do live in different states.
the way he's able to make sure he's got a pulse on everyone, I think that's the best part.
I want to cry.
Mm-hmm.
That's lovely. It's super rare when every single person in this room is able to be in the same room at the same time. I think the last time it happened was 2 years ago at your wedding. I've been fortunate enough to be able to see everyone in this room, either on their own or in groups of two, throughout, the last 9 months. So that's been amazing. But being able to be all in the same room, in the same place for a few days is always really special. So that's why I kind of rented out this Airbnb for us to kind of hang out, do this talk show, make some bad choices, drink some Bud Light, shout out to Post Malone and Mike Stud, whatever. Sponsor me, I don't know, or don't. I don't actually drink it that much because I don't really like Bud Light, but I just really want to be Post Malone.
So let's cut that part out.
Very cut.
I guess if I'm trying to get a Bud Light sponsorship, I shouldn't say that.
I hate it.
Don't say I hate their product. It's
Or I
right.
don't drink it.
Like Post is sponsored because
he
all
drinks in a
does
aggressive
is
amount.
drink like water.
Yeah, he's really good at drinking Bud Light.
He's a beer Jesus.
Yeah, he's a rock star. He's an actual rock star. Cool. That's good round. Scott, not so much for you, man. That was tough.
He's ready now. He's good now. He's been sitting there thinking.
You've had enough time to kind of
Yeah.
figure it out?
I have.
All right, give me something.
Nah.
Nothing. Doesn't have to be an attribute. Just
My
talk.
favorite Jaxon Stone attribute is his stones. The guy's got the swagger. He's the man. The way he carries himself.
He's
Guy's got stones.
Now he just added to it.
Jaxon Stone, everybody.
God, yes, God. You're an incredible human being. You light up my day. The number one thing I like about you is that you literally stayed the same human being. Like, you're just as
True
quirky.
to myself.
You're just as weird. Even when you got married, you're still hella weird around your wife. Like, it's awesome. And you're just the same person, and it's so genuine, and it's super, super great.
I appreciate
I
it.
love it.
It's about the best compliment he could give you with all of the disses in it.
This isn't it? Just because he's
You're weird as shit, but I love
weird.
you.
Weird is not an insult.
There's nothing wrong with being weird.
That's absolutely not an insult. If you're not weird, then you're kind of normal, and that's just kind of boring. You know, right?
If you don't know, no, you know.
You never know. You ready? You never know. All right. So you guys are, my friends here aren't really wrestling fans. They kind of know a little bit about it just because of me. I think not every single one of you has been to a show. Scott, you haven't, right?
Not.
Tyler, you haven't? Al, where did you see me wrestle?
A couple shows, a few in Dallas, and then one in Indiana.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. Sam, you saw me where? Oklahoma.
I saw you here. Yeah. In Oklahoma.
We're not in Oklahoma.
You're right. I saw you outside of this Airbnb. Near here.
Cody, you haven't yet?
No, I
There's
haven't.
literally no wrestling shows in Vermont, and no one wrestles in Okoboji
That's true.
because it's a lake.
That's true.
That's cool.
First.
Scott, what?
A
You can
water
be the
match?
first.
Should we wrestle on a
really
lake?
bad.
Floating
A
range?
floating ring?
Barge match?
What's a barge?
A big floating.
Look at
You
look
can
at
get a
Look
concert
at me, but
or-
look at the camera.
You're describing a boat.
It floats on water. People can be on it.
It's a large boat.
It's a large boat that's flat. and
That's
you
a
can put
barge?
bunch of shit on it. Yes,
The
that's a
possibilities
barge.
there.
It's like a flatbed.
That's pretty cool.
Like
We should do
actual
that.
That could be
It's,
one of
it's
the
the
first.
El Camino of water.
That is a very. It's true. That's a good description.
Wait, what's El Camino?
Oh my goodness.
I'm not gonna get it.
You have to
A car
look
truck.
that up.
Yeah.
What?
It's a car truck.
basically.
What's
Yeah.
a car?
It's a car. Half of the front half is a car, the back half is a truck.
This guy's
You've
mind-blowing.
definitely seen it, but we'll
What? Does it
And moving
exist?
along.
Yes,
What's a car truck?
Half car, half truck.
It's a movie with Clint Eastwood.
Yeah, that's all I know. Where's that Gran Torino?
Same take.
That's Gran Torino,
Same take.
Yeah.
not El Camino. Right? Camera, Jim. Is that, are we right? It's called Gran Torino?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, that's the movie.
Okay. Well, any of you Jims out there, look that up. Comment below.
It's definitely Gran Torino.
It's Gran Torino.
We'll show
All right,
you.
so back to this whole wrestling thing. Did any of you guys watch wrestling when you were younger? Because I know that's like a big thing for like our age kind of group to like have seen wrestling when they're younger because it was pretty popular back then. Did any of you guys watch it?
Oh yeah.
You did, Sam?
I did for sure. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was
Who'd you like?
a big Chris Benoit fan.
Until
yeah.
he-
I mean, things went sideways for him, but when he was wrestling, I was
No,
a big fan.
he's very popular in the wrestling world. Sad what happened in
Yeah.
his family and stuff like that, but and what he did. But that's it. We won't get into that. Anyways, anyone else you liked?
I mean that whole era was obviously very popular.
Yeah, like
so
him and Eddie Guerrero and all that stuff.
Yeah.
Those guys were
The Rock was huge.
Yeah.
Stone Cold was huge. So
Rock's
yeah.
a joke.
You don't like The Rock? Tell us.
I don't know. I think I personally like him, but I just remember you always saying you did not.
What are you talking about?
No, he loved him.
Yeah, you.
Oh.
I know. He just.
Let him finish his business.
I know.
Nick's trying to throw hella shade right here because obviously The Rock watches Jackson talks to everybody, and Rock's gonna be like, damn, he doesn't like me. Blackballed. Never get in my movies. He's not gonna be in Fast and the Furious 42.
He probably still would be.
It's gonna be like the guy from the Marvel movies.
Stanley.
Yeah,
Oh, it isn't everything.
Maybe cameos.
Cameos and everything.
Cameos in Fast and the Furious 92,
yeah.
where like they're racing on the moon.
They're stealing wheelchairs.
Souping up those grandma goers.
Hey, let's go. Anyone else? Anyone else have any favorites growing up that they watched?
I didn't watch wrestling growing up.
No.
No, they didn't have TVs under that rock. I grew up in Vermont, so
You got to tell the people. They got to tell the camera that, not me.
they didn't have TVs under the rock. I grew up in Vermont.
Yes, perfectly done. God, you guys are great. Your dad was into some stuff when he was younger, like he was a bull rider. Did you not watch wrestling?
I don't think wrestling was his thing, but definitely for my brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, John Cena is by far his favorite.
Yes.
He would just walk around doing this.
You can't see me.
Old Andy.
Yeah, Andy. I knew Andy liked wrestling.
Yeah, there's a lot of people he likes. I think he still enjoys it. He looks stuff up on YouTube
Yeah.
and stuff like that.
Oh.
So,
Okay.
but yeah, never really been something that
Not something you gravitated towards.
No.
It's chill. Scott, we'll pass it on you. Al, you said you've been to Raw
Hell yeah.
in Chicago.
like
Yeah.
Stones.
We loved it.
Who'd you go with?
I went with both my parents and my grandparents. It was
You went with your grandparents.
yeah,
That's
my
awesome.
grandpa. Yeah. It was wild. Booker T.
Oh, Booker T was there.
When the fire would come up, Yeah, when you come up, no.
Yeah.
Or his entrance.
It's Pyro.
Yeah, it was a good time.
They do the spinneroonie?
Yeah, then I played all the video games growing up.
Oh, really?
Loved it. Good time.
Let's go.
Who's your favorite?
Stone Cold.
Did you create a player or did you just wrestle with the roster?
Roster.
You're a roster guy.
Yeah.
You didn't create a gym?
Or Jackson.
Too much thought.
Or Jackson?
Too much thought.
That's cool.
I want to hear Scott.
Yeah, we're getting to Scott. I'm just letting him, figure his voice out.
Okay.
So, because, a couple minutes ago, he forgot how to talk.
Fair.
So, we're just letting him.
I appreciate
Just
it.
let him think about the words he wants to say.
He's scripting his words in his head right now, so
Yeah.
he can.
You can jot him down some
Fluidly
notes on
say
your phone
it.
if you want to know.
Oh.
I don't have my phone. Scott, did you ever watch wrestling?
Just a little bit, not much.
Not much.
No, Vince wasn't a fan.
No, Vince was a
I
good
can
guy.
definitely understand. I can see Vince not being-
Scott's dad, his name is Vince. That's what we're talking about. Go ahead. No.
Just didn't watch that whole lot.
What did you watch growing up? What Vince have you watch?
VeggieTales.
Big
I don't know.
Elf Rock guy.
A lot of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
That's a good show.
Pretty big.
Who's your favorite Ninja Turtle? Donatello? Michelangelo?
Leonardo.
Leonardo?
That's all I got.
That's all you got?
Mine's Megan Fox.
Megan Fox is your favorite Ninja Turtle because she was in the movie.
Mhm.
Does she still act? I've seen her in any movies recently.
I don't know her personally, so I don't know.
She's got a TV show.
She had a TV show.
She has a TV show on the Discovery Channel.
Megan Fox has a TV show?
Yes.
Can you confirm that, Jim, behind the camera?
Do you ever see her thumbs?
Is it cool?
Yes.
She got little baby thumbs.
Really?
Yeah.
She's
How do you find that out?
I'm gonna find one out.
That she has baby thumbs.
The internet.
You scroll through Yahoo, they got those stories and it's like,
Yeah.
fuck, this
The
baby.
clickbait stuff.
Yeah, you can find anything on the internet.
I know you can find it on the internet,
You
but
can
how do you
find
roll
anything.
across that?
That's exactly what he said.
Yeah.
It's a Yahoo headline for the day.
We don't have
Breaking
internet
news,
in
Megan
Sioux
Fox
Falls,
has
South
small
Dakota.
Under that rock you grew up in.
You don't have internet. in
There's
Hawaii.
no internet in South Dakota either, so
Well, at least they had internet at Harvard of the Midwest.
it was just in that location.
In Justin Brookings, South
Just in
Dakota.
Brookings, South Dakota. Yeah.
But not at the church though.
There's one wire that goes to that.
Speaking of our college experience, I don't know if we get into full detail on this show about some of the stuff we did or did not do. But if you have any stories you'd like to share about Jaxon Stone from his, I'm not talking about me, from my days as a collegiate baseball player / drinker.
You were on the collegiate drinking team. I forgot about that.
That's why we just have a single Bud Light can right there.
Yeah. People are gonna think the video just paused. What's going on here?
Jim behind the camera is not feeling the vibes.
My favorite story to remember of Jaxon Stone in college was showing up to the locker room prior to a fall scrimmage and Saturday morning, and a half of
Jackson.
I'm starting over.
Keep going. It's fine. Who cares?
Half of Jackson's house shows up and they're still drunk from the night before. They took
Jackson.
a ball to the chest. Manny went like 4 for 4 with a home run that day. It was the greatest fall ball scrimmage he's had in his life, and he doesn't remember a single piece of it.
Fight through adversity.
Huh?
Gotta fight through that adversity.
Yeah, God, champions adjust. We say that a lot.
The ball
Between
in the
us.
chest, though.
Yeah, so I was on first base, and it's like the first inning. This guy named JD was pitching in the fall scrimmage. The guy gets on first base. He walked him. What a loser! Don't walk the leadoff hitter, especially in the first innings. It's just a bad baseball move. Anyways, I'm not feeling really good at first. Like, I'm not feeling good. I think I still had some puke on my arm.
100%.
Like, I'm not doing well. And the guy gets on first, and JD steps off to pick him off. And I see the ball coming, and I try to catch it, and I didn't catch it. I missed it completely, and it hit me right in the chest. And then I couldn't find the ball, because I didn't actually know that it hit me in the chest. And our coach on first is like, it's right there. And I'm like, cool, got it. Threw it back. And ran over to JD, our pitcher, and I was like, hey man, you can't pick off. I can't see the ball. and then
first base, you can't see the ball.
yeah, it's not a good sign when your first baseman can't catch, because as a first baseman, it's like literally your only duty is to catch the ball. But yeah, as Cody said, then I kind of had a pretty good day at the plate. I don't know how it happened, but I guess I was just feeling myself. And yeah, good vibes though that day at the Irv. Solid story. Jaxon Stone, everybody. Anyone else?
I got one.
Yeah, go ahead, Alex.
So, we went to Sioux Falls to do whatever. It was Jackson, Tyler, was it Scott?
I was there.
Sam and I.
So Sioux Falls is like the closest really big city. Huge quotation marks on the big city part.
Yeah.
The school, South Dakota State, is located in Brookings. It's basically just a small college town, similar to like the University of Oklahoma, like if you go to Norman. And so Sioux Falls is like 45 minutes up the road. It's like the big city. Like huge quotation marks there for that. Go ahead, Al.
So we went to go party, whatever. We had a good time that night. We broke up. Tyler and I went to one of our friends' house. These two went back to someone else's house.
Jackson.
Picking us up, and on the drive home, he's got something in his beer. And he starts playing with it, and he's like, what is this? And he tastes it, and he goes, oh, that's throw up. So not only did he have throw up on his beer, but he's driving us home, probably not that good. Meanwhile, he's tasting throw up, and he's like, all right, we're good. Good night for me. How about you guys?
That's a good story.
Yeah, you slept in the bathroom that night.
I slept. Oh yeah, we stayed at my buddy Jordan Geese's house. Yeah, he just recently got married and is also having a kid now. That's cool, Jordan, if you're watching this. Yeah, and his girlfriend was like super concerned. His girlfriend at the time, now wife, super concerned about me. Was like, because I was calling out the dinosaurs in the bathroom. And my friends just know if I'm there, like, it's just whatever, it'll be fine. Just let it be. She comes over to me, she's like, you alright? I'm like, yeah, whatever. She like puts like a pillow down on the bathroom floor. I was like, oh, thank you. Crushed there for the night, woke up, had a little stuff dried on my beard, was getting a little hungry halfway through the drive, decided to eat it.
It was a long drive. I needed some.
It was 45 minutes. Anyways, yeah. Good stuff. I guess all these stories are just going to be about being an absolute fool.
Oh yeah.
Well, yeah.
Or the time you fell down the stairs. Bring that one up.
Sam, you can talk about that if you want.
I mean, I probably should because it was right outside my room.
And this has a lot to do with Jim, who's behind the camera as well.
Yeah, I mean, we can cue her in
She can talk
If-
through the camera
if,
if need be.
to add some flavor to the story.
Yeah.
So I was asleep in my room, and I hear
Jackson, man, you guys are just doing a
I heard
terrible
Jackson.
job with this.
I told
with
you
this
it was
real name, pretend name stuff.
I hear Jackson walking down the stairs, and he gets to, there's like a landing that you can go outside, or there's more stairs to come down into the place where me and Nick lived. And I hear him stop, and he's talking to someone, and then I just hear, I don't even know how to describe it. It sounded like a bunch of cannonballs being dropped down a steep cliff. And so I open the door, and he's just laying there, just, oh! And then I think I probably just left you there.
Yeah.
To be honest.
Maybe. I don't fully remember.
I
All
remember
of this.
checking on you the next morning when we went to Perkins, and we made you drive, and your shoulder was completely blown out.
I was bleeding from my ear.
Dried blood in
Yeah.
here.
And my pillow that night was like covered in blood. What had happened was like the part. Yeah, okay. I was standing on top of the stairs talking to someone. I fell asleep standing up, and then I woke up at the bottom of the stairs, bleeding from my ear. And Sam just like looked at me. Nah, he's cool. Left, and then I called the human being that's holding the camera right now, Jim, but her name's Jessie. I called her just screaming, telling her that I was bleeding from my ear. She's a bad friend, that she wasn't there to catch my fall.
Should have been there.
She should have been there. Clearly, she should have known that I was going to fall asleep on top of the stairs, and she should have been right there with like a catch, like a pillow,
3 a.m.
like a mattress.
That's what I want to be doing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, then I woke up the next morning, didn't feel good, clearly. I think that really prepared me for my career as a professional wrestler. because I got my first concussion real early. Real early.
Got it out of the way.
Yeah,
We're good.
yeah,
The first one's free. You gotta pay for the rest of them.
yeah. Been paying
You ever think about wearing a helmet?
all the time. I think I'm glad you're still here, man. What do you got for us?
I don't talk about good stories. I'm trying to think.
None that we can talk about.
Well, I mean, they're all just like pretty similar to like making you just look like either like a klutz because you couldn't catch anything. Like anytime you picked anything up, you just drop it.
Yeah, I had a bad spell of like just having real bad hands.
And or being like drunk.
Yeah.
There's more to your life in college than that.
Yes, please don't get that confused. I also studied, graduated,
Dropped a pee on someone's notebook.
dropped. Oh yeah,
Oh, dude.
Yeah.
You might have
Totally.
to elaborate on this
I
story.
totally forgot about
Yeah,
that.
I'm interested to hear what happened.
You want to hear that? So it's a good story. So I'm in a physiology lab, my senior year of college, and we had lecture the day before, and the day after was like a lab where we were gonna talk about the stuff that we did in lecture, or do the stuff that we talked about in lecture. Professor says, "Hey, just come to class, like ready to pee, because we're gonna do some stuff testing with your pee and your urine." And I was like, "Cool." Class was at 8 in the morning. Went to physiology lab. Didn't pee at my house. Leaving, just waited. I just got to class, got my little cup, hot, fresh pee, went to the cup. I was pretty proud of myself because I have sometimes a bit of an issue doing that. And there's like, walk back in the lab, there's like 12 stations you're going to go through just to kind of test your urine and stuff for this lab. I thought it was going to be pretty cool. It's pretty interactive. It's going to be fun. Station number 1 is just testing the acidity of your urine. So you just like stick a little thing and that gives you like the, the pH scale thing, right? I forget. It's been a long time. I used to be smart.
No.
And so he said, hey, easy, yeah. Makes comments with the zingers, right? And so my brilliant idea was like, I'm not gonna put the cap back on because this is super easy. I'll just slide my pee over to the next station and then I'll just start doing that. And as I'm like writing down my whatever, the answer to the thing that I just did, my big fat elbow like came around and just knocked my pee everywhere. Like fresh hot urine literally just dribbled through everyone's notebook on the laminated directions. It just went everywhere. And I just like feel like I was in slow motion, like watching my pee just like go into everyone's shit. And after that happened, I felt like it was like 30 minutes, but it was like 15 seconds. I just like raised my hand. I was like, "Hey, professor, I spilled my pee." And as that's happening, this girl, like violently screams, "His pee's on my notebook!" And I was at that point, I wasn't embarrassed. I was like, "Damn, I feel so bad." So I was like, "Hey, like I'll buy you a new notebook." So like it took me a while to clean up my pee because it like went everywhere. And then my professor had like the audacity to tell me that I needed to pee again. I was like, "Do you see how much pee just came out? You think I have any more left in the tank, guy?" So I obviously didn't pee again. I just kind of followed someone around and did the test with them. And then I took that girl to the store and bought her a new notebook. And then that was it.
And you dated for a couple months.
And then we dated. No, we didn't date. She thought it was gross, and she was right.
That was like 2 days after you knocked out steak on the
That's it.
ground.
It was bad. It wasn't a good time for me.
Paddle hands.
Oh, yeah.
It's a good story.
That was a fun time.
I did pass the class though, by the way. So, just in case you guys were wondering.
That was a fun time for everybody in the house, though, because you were struggling, and it actually got to the point where I started feeling bad for you.
Which is very rare for Sam.
Yeah, because obviously, like, we joke around a lot, and we're gonna roast each other at every possible turn. But it got to the point where I started feeling bad about how much shit you were getting.
Yeah.
Tyler, what do you got, dude? You been a little quiet.
I don't really, yeah, I don't
You got a Lil Wayne shirt on. You like Lil Wayne?
Yeah, I do. I don't really have that many
I don't know.
stories that I can share with you.
You don't have to share stories. Just talk about stuff.
Yeah.
What do you want me to talk
It's a
about?
talk show. You like to read books, Tyler, right? Or you've been recently reading books?
Recently, yeah.
Why'd you start recently reading? Want to educate yourself more, or got bored with watching TV, or
I think, the latter. I think that they're entertaining.
The books are.
Yeah.
So you're reading like fiction, nonfiction?
Lose myself. No,
Biographies?
like business books.
Yeah,
Right.
double.
But right now I'm just reading about like Steve Jobs and Arnold Schwarzenegger.
What a combination.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Is it one book or multiple books?
One book.
One book about the both of them?
Yeah.
Are they like friends? Are they homies?
No, this guy was
Steve
a
Jobs is dead.
Arnold Schwarzenegger?
Yeah, he's not.
Yeah, were they friends?
Probably.
No, I mean,
Like, why is there a book about them together?
the difference in their views. And,
Oh,
yeah,
like a comparison.
kind of, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Like difference, yeah.
Okay, that's a vibe. Thanks, Jim.
You know what I was thinking
No
about?
problem.
Hell, you read too.
Yeah. Hold on.
Okay.
Remember that whiteboard that we used to have that we used to write on?
Yeah.
And one of the things that we always bet on was how many times Scott would go, oh my
So that would be awesome if someone watches this whole episode, and if you could count how many times Scott shrugs his shoulders,
It does a little head turn
and
too.
does this thing, and if you can comment below, that'd be awesome. Thank you.
Now Scott's
Scott, don't do it.
Super
Be normal,
self-conscious
man.
about it.
Alright, sorry. Be true to myself.
Yeah, be true. I just talked about how genuine you were as a
sorry.
person. You gotta stay that way
I'm sorry.
forever. Don't apologize.
Don't go chasing waterfalls.
Don't go chasing waterfalls. Yeah, what do you got? What do you got on your nightstand? What are you reading?
I'm in a book of the month club.
You are.
So there's a selection of 5 books that like this group of authors pick, and then you pick whichever one sounds the best.
You're in it with other people, or is it just something that?
It's like a website.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so it's like new and upcoming authors, and then they promote their books, and then like this board selects the top 5, and then you pick whichever one you want. Once a month.
Like fiction, nonfiction, all kinds of different.
It's mostly fiction.
Okay.
I mean, there's some like
Does that interest you, Tyler?
biographies, but
Yeah.
I think we can do a book of the month of, as a group if we want.
Yeah, I was the only one that can read a book in a month.
Proud of you, buddy.
Yeah, you can read a book in a month. You're an engineer.
I was just too dumb to quit. Worked out. But yeah, I can read. I read.
You read? Yeah, you have one of those Kindles.
I
Yeah.
got a lot of books.
Oh, nice.
Does it hurt your eyeballs? Hurts my eyeballs.
I have to have like the physical
Well,
book.
it's
Me too.
I like having a physical book, but I ride the bus to work, and so carrying a book around kind of sucks in Washington because it gets like wet when it rains, or like when I read before I go to bed, and so my fiance doesn't. It would suck if I had to have like a headlamp on when she's trying to sleep.
You know
So
what's
the Kindle's
weird?
nice to be able to.
Is if I have a book in Chicago and it rains, it gets wet too.
Yeah, it
Wow.
I didn't think about
Damn, bro, that's crazy.
That's
What,
nuts,
what if they
man.
got wet at the same time if it was raining in the same place and we had the same book? The same
I think we
page
would
got
feel.
wet.
I think we would feel something.
You probably would.
That's a vibe.
What's your favorite book? Well, not you. This about you. Have you read anything?
like in your entire life, have you read anything? Like anything at
What's your favorite book? Have you read anything?
We're gonna dismiss that question.
No, I just mean like, did you have a book that you like?
I read all of like the Gary Vaynerchuk books.
Oh, nice.
I like Gary
Gary
Vaynerchuk.
Vee? Can you just watch his YouTube videos?
I like Gary Vee to an extent. I think some of the stuff he does is a little outrageous, but his like views on like social media branding and marketing are pretty valuable. So I've read a few of those books on that. Some of the stuff he says is outrageous, but I think he has like his charisma and personality. I think are a lot of what makes people gravitate towards him because he's very animated. So I appreciate that. But I mean, it's not like I agree with everything that he does, but it's hard to agree with 100% everything that anyone does. So, but yeah, I read his social media books, and I like reading. I've been reading like mental strength since I was in college.
Yeah.
Because that's like the
Did you ever read
the baseball books on that stuff.
Did you ever read David Goggins' book?
No.
I liked that one.
Yeah.
That guy's
You can't,
intense.
you can't hurt me,
That guy's
or
intense.
can't hurt me.
I liked that one.
So challenge.
Yeah.
To him, it was. I saw him on Joe Rogan or something. And
Did you listen to the Joe Rogan podcast with him? That was a badass
Did you listen?
podcast.
Do you listen to those?
I love
Yeah,
Joe
yeah. Oh,
Rogan's podcast. I usually listen to it at work. Just
Some
like
of them
maybe-
are a lot better than other ones, but couple of them.
He
pretty
had
much.
a podcast with Duncan Trussell
Yeah, I
where he
read
was wearing an orange spacesuit and he just looked like the highest person ever. And they were talking about like these philosophical things, and he had like old ass glasses on that were like small. It's just so funny.
the Dr. Phil one's actually really interesting too.
Dr. Phil actually seems super tight.
Yeah,
Yeah, I agree.
sounds like a cool guy.
I agree.
Like I kind of thought
Like a
cool.
tiger,
Yeah.
like a tiger.
He's cool. Like, he seems like a guy that would be enjoyable to hang out with.
Yeah.
And anytime that I typically remember him is just on the show dealing with people's problems. Then you talk to him
like
outside
that
of it, and he's
Catch Me
just like,
Outside girl.
yeah.
She's hilarious.
His view on her
Catch
is
me
really
outside.
funny too.
She's hilarious.
She's outrageous.
What's Joe Rogan's podcast? It's like
It's the
educational, inspirational.
It's
or is it,
anything and everything.
or is
Yeah.
it like or is it comedy? It's everything.
It's everything.
He interviews every
Yeah.
Really?
Mike Tyson. They're like
You'll get comedians on there. You'll get philosophers on there.
That's cool.
News reporters. Dr. Phil. Anything and everything.
Politicians, yeah.
He gets whomever he can get on there, and it's some of them are.
Good use of the word whom
Yeah.
with the H.
Educated.
He reads books.
Boom.
You're a book reader.
Book reader.
But yeah, you
Yeah,
should,
last
you
book
should
I read was
definitely
Baby's First Words. I
I like Theo Vaughn's podcast a lot.
Yeah,
Theo.
Theo Vaughn's
Theo
podcast.
and he like they all Joe Rogan was one of like the first people to start doing like podcasts
Right.
like that mainstream, which is cool.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Now a lot of those people have podcasts that he brought
Not
on.
everybody's doing podcasts.
A lot of people are doing podcasts.
Yeah.
But a lot of people are like filming their podcasts, so you can curate a bunch of content through that. Like you can digest the audio version as a podcast, and then you can cut clips from what you recorded and put it on other social media sites. Like that's simply why we're doing this episode the way we're doing it.
Anyways, I liked that book.
Yeah.
It was pretty intense.
I'll read it.
The guy that wrote it, did you hear that whole story? So like he had David Goggins come in and live with him for a month, and he just basically beat this guy's ass for 30 days.
Like physically beat him up.
Like I think I listened to it the other day, and at one point they were gonna run 4 miles every 4 hours for 48 hours.
Jesus.
So like he would go wake him up
Should we try?
and be like, "Yo, we're running
4 miles every 4 hours for 2 days.
Yeah.
Wow.
for 2 days straight." Yeah.
Listen to the Joe Rogan Experience, David Goggins.
Do you think you could do that? Like for real?
No.
Yes.
Well,
He
yeah.
does it.
Do you think you could do that for real?
I mean, you could do
I
it.
could
It would
force
not
myself. Yeah.
be fun.
Because it doesn't matter how long it takes you to run the 4 miles.
Yeah.
Right.
You just have to do it every
I mean,
4 hours.
Also, I
The
imagine
Unless
like
take.
Unless
It's
you
not
take
gonna
4
take.
hours
It's
to
not
do
gonna
it.
take you 4 hours. To
It'll
run
take an
4
hour
miles.
at most.
you can walk a mile in 20 minutes.
Yeah, I guess I'm overthinking it. Seems really
It
hard
would.
to
It
me.
would not be fun.
I wouldn't
at all.
want to do that, so I probably won't do that.
The first one would probably be fine. It'd be the second couple after you're a little sore and sat down.
Yeah,
I think one and two would be pretty easy.
But,
Let's
Once
start
you get
it
into
right.
like
Let's start it right after.
The one where
yeah,
the one where
we
you
a
have to
couple
like
hours. Let's do it for
you're
24
broken
hours.
up.
Yeah.
Let's do 4 hours every 2 hours for 24 hours. Since
Every
we're-
hour on the
4
hour.
hours
4
every 2
hours
hours.
every 6
Why don't we
hours.
just go run from here home?
All right, you guys have fun.
Mail it back.
You guys have fun.
I'm staying at Sam's house, so I'm in.
yeah, I'm not doing that. I hate running.
Oh,
I like lifting weights. It's fun.
Is Theo your favorite comedian right now?
I think I like him and Chris D'Elia, but Al saw Chris D'Elia live and said he wasn't very good, so that kind of tainted my view of him.
Oh, no way.
And I didn't really like Chris D'Elia's second Netflix stand-up. It was just like it was a little too in your face for me. Like I think he went a little overboard. And I hated Theo Vaughn's first stand-up on Netflix. But I think he's become a better comedian through doing just like his podcast and like really bringing out his personality and just being himself. So I think he's super funny on the podcast, and I'm really excited for his tour and his second Netflix special.
I actually saw him a couple of weeks ago.
Theo?
Yeah, he was in Oklahoma, and
For the Dark Arts tour.
Yeah, he's so funny.
Yeah.
It was really good, and like the Chris D'Elia, the first special on Netflix was so funny
So funny.
that the second one you probably had it all hyped up.
Yeah,
I did too, for sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, Theo's that guy that's he's funny just conversationally,
Yeah.
and so like when he tries to form that into just him for 45 minutes or an hour, I bet that's hard.
It's
because
hard, yeah.
He's so good playing off of people.
Right. He needs that vibe.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really just I like comedians because like the come up for a comedian is very similar to the come up of like a pro wrestler.
Rough dudes.
I guess. Yes, there's a lot of males in both the comedy scene and the pro wrestling scene, but it's just like starting at small venues for no money and just kind of getting your name in the or your foot in the door, getting your name out in front of people and just like experiencing stuff and going to different shows and venues and trying to get out there as much as possible. And you can like kind of see the progression of like shows and fan base and all this stuff, and it's cool to kind of see people reach that height and that level through like just pure hustle and grind. So I vibe with those kind of comedians who just like taking a leap of faith and be like going all in on themselves, you know? Because I think that's super important if you have a dream. Jaxon Stone.
Starlight. Great job.
I'm just very interested in like mindset of like high level performers and stuff like that. I think it's really important. What are you guys laughing at? I'm talking about some fucking cool shit.
Scott's breathing. So
Scott, why are you breathing so loud?
Still breathing.
Just letting everybody know he's still there.
Scott's still here. Anyways, yeah, like I don't know, I'm super interested in that stuff. It's very important to me, obviously, since the stuff that I do, like outside of being a pro wrestler and stuff, and the stuff that I like put out and care about.
So looking for inspiration everywhere.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm pretty happy with this episode. I think it gave a pretty good insight into before Jaxon Stone became a pro wrestler, who he was and what he did. And apparently it's just to make a fool of himself and get drunk in college and not come to the baseball field prepared or ready to go at all.
Are
It
you
was
gonna
easy
deny
to
it?
transition.
What?
to
You gonna
Jackson
deny
Stone.
it?
I'm not going to deny it,
Yeah,
but I
it's
still was an
like-
All-American, so whatever.
Yeah.
I guess something went right.
You did a lot of other things too. You brought the odds game to South Dakota
I
State.
did bring the odds game to South Dakota State. If you don't know the odds game,
Scott, tell us
comment
about
on
it.
it, or comment, or fuck, words. Tweet at me and I'll explain it to you. If you don't know what the odds game is, it's awesome. You should bring it to all of your group of friends everywhere you are, all across the world. What'd you say?
I just like that.
It facilitates a good time.
But yeah, anyways, I think
It can get out of hand in a hurry.
yeah, this episode is
brought to you by.
I don't know, it's just really special episode for me just to be in the same room with like my absolute best friends on the planet.
Someone say it's
It's even really cool to like be able to like step outside of the pro wrestling world and just hang out with my friends and talk shop and reminisce about really good times and make more memories. I'm all about creating memories. I think everything you do in life is like not really as cool if you don't have like these super important people to share with. That means the most. It means the most to me. So I'm really happy with this episode. Thanks for watching. Later.
Gator.
Bye, Scott.
Jaxon Stone, everybody.